Rasputin was born in Pokrovskoye, a tiny village in Siberia. Life here was harsh, and survival was a daily struggle. His family, like many others, toiled endlessly just to get by. But even as a child, Grigori stood out. Whispers swirled around the village. He had the eyes of a mystic, piercing and unyielding. Some said he could see into your soul. As a teenager, Rasputin began to exhibit strange, almost otherworldly behaviors. He claimed to have visions and sought solace in the wilderness. It was during one of these wanderings that he claimed to hear the voice of God, calling him to a higher purpose. By the early 1900s, Rasputin's reputation as a holy man and healer had spread far beyond Siberia. He arrived in St. Petersburg, a city of grandeur and decadence, ready to leave his mark. The Russian elite, desperate for spiritual guidance, were captivated by this wild-eyed mystic who seemed to carry the power of God in his hands. Rasputin's most fateful connection was with Tsar Nicholas II and Empress Alexandra. Their son, Alexei, was heir to the throne but suffered from hemophilia, a condition that could cause him to bleed to death from the slightest injury. When traditional medicine failed, Rasputin stepped in, and miraculously, Alexei's bleeding stopped. Rasputin's influence over the royal family grew, and with it, whispers of corruption and scandal. He was a man of contradictions, praying for hours yet indulging in wild debauchery. The public began to see him not as a holy man, but as a dangerous manipulator, pulling the strings of an empire on the brink of collapse. By 1916, Rasputin had made powerful enemies. A group of nobles, convinced that he was destroying Russia, plotted to kill him. They invited him to the Yusupov Palace under the pretense of a friendly gathering. What followed has become the stuff of legend. He poisoned him with cyanide-laced cakes. He survived. They shot him in the chest. He stood back up. In desperation, they shot him again, bound his body, and threw him into the icy Neva River. When his body was recovered, it seemed he had still been alive when he hit the water. Rasputin's death came too late to save the Russian Empire. Within a year, the Romanov dynasty fell, and Russia plunged into revolution. Yet Rasputin's legacy endures, a mystic, a madman, a scapegoat, and a symbol of an empire's twilight. Was he truly a healer, or just a maniac who exploited a crumbling world? History may never agree. If you enjoyed this dive into the life of Grigori Rasputin, hit that like button, subscribe for more captivating stories from history, and let me know in the comments. Was Rasputin a saint, a sinner, or something in between?